Good evening. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt again with the American Orthodontic Society, and I want to talk to you about removable blocks. We've talked about bonded blocks, but this case came up in the middle of them, and it's removable blocks and how we use them in the orthodontic case. This is a very difficult case, and I'm not sure I've done the best with it. We got it about two-thirds of the way through, and she ran out of money, and she had to lay off, and then I never did get to finish it completely. But you can see what we were planning to do. So anyway, let's get into the case. It's something you can do, though. I don't think you can't do it. But you look at this face, this lady's face, and her chin is too close to her nose. I mean that you need to increase the vertical dimension of the lower third of the face. You just need to bring it down a little bit down here, and it make the lady look a lot better than she does. And so that's what we're going to try to do here. Now she's missing most of her posterior teeth. You look at this case and don't even think about doing it. I mean, you might do it orthodontically and or just by opening the bite with partials or something of that nature and bonding all the teeth on the front. That's basically what we're going to end up doing here. You look at the side and you see that these teeth have over erupted about 3 millimeters from the other teeth, and you're going to have to kind of build this up some. And so we've worn the front teeth off about that much. And so what we decided to do is to bond some acrylic onto the front teeth and just kind of shape it up and make it look like teeth. And then we could vary the height of it however we wanted to. We could add to it or retract from it to find out where her vertical ought to be. In other words, we don't want her talking and her teeth clacking together, and she didn't want to be eating and has such a big gap in there. So we had to lengthen it some to make it look halfway decent in there. So we did that. Now there you look at the posterior teeth on the right side of the mouth. It looks like they dropped out about 3 or 4 millimeters, and you got to open the bite up about that much. Now putting a partial in here with these tori's is a problem, but you can put it in there with them, and that's what we actually did here. We put a removable appliance down there on the bottom. And now this is the upper part, and you can see how they're worn. The teeth are worn out, and now these teeth here are dropped down a lot further. They're about 3 to 4 millimeters lower than these teeth right up here that she's worn down so much. And so we're going to come in and kind of bond some acrylic on those teeth. So anyway, here we have bonded this on. We just take that triad acrylic and bonded it and took an instrument and worked on it and made it look kind of like teeth to open the bite. And so we opened the bite enough, and then we made a little partial, or I had somebody make the partial, and we put in, and where we could actually come back and crown these teeth and fix them up on that side. And that's as far as we got with the case, but that's what we were doing. So you can see on this model how far the teeth had dropped down. And then here we added this acrylic to these teeth, and just made a little acrylic bite plate on the back side, and she chewed with those teeth while we were doing this. Now here is that the whole case where she's biting together. Here are those acrylic teeth that we just added to her teeth with acrylic, and we could judge how she looked and how she closed and everything with that, and you could tell how long you could make the crowns. Now they can come back and make these crowns at that length, but it's hard to figure out how the length of the crown. If you get it too long, the person's going to bump when they talk and eat and things. If you get it too short, you got too much play in there. So you can juggle them one way or the other. You grind them off or add to them with this. And so that's what we were planning to do. And there's the teeth on that side that drop down. And well, let me go back here. See this wasn't like teeth on the front. It was just a bite plate, and she had to chew off of this. You see, nothing else was hitting in there. So we added that a little shelf there on there for her to bite on, and as we or to chew on really. And there it is again with that angle. Now here is the partial, or I would call it a removable bite blocks that we put in down the bottom, and we're going to make the upper teeth to come down and meet this. Their lower teeth are going to judge the height of the face and stuff with this biting into that acrylic. And now we're going to crown teeth to fit this, and then in the future she's supposed to come back and get those crowned over there. Now I wasn't doing it, and she couldn't afford the crowns and all that, so we got half of it done, or over half done, and she just needed one more set of crowns. So here she is, 1997, I believe. With a little more height to the facial structure, and you can see those, let me show you those acrylic added onto the teeth helped us figure out the height that we needed to make the face in here. You can grind these off and you can add to them if you needed to, and so we figured out the height of the face in that method, so of what we wanted her to look like, you see. All right, then she went to some dentist. Now we didn't get these teeth crowned over here, and we'd have to come back and crown all the front teeth also. But the other side we did, and you can see, well, let's see, yeah, just about they could redo this a little bit, make these teeth fit together better in here. But there, we got her, somebody crowned those teeth and made them fit like that. And on the other side, we're just waiting to get these crowned and then all of these crowned in here and fix the lady's mouth up. So this is kind of how you use bonded blocks in the front of the mouth. And you can do this. You just take that acrylic and kind of pat it in around here. You just make a strip in there, and then you smooth it off, and you can take and make the little indentations in it and make it look pretty much like teeth, while you're carrying on, and it helps you figure out the height. That's the main part of it in there. And you send it to the lab, or they can make crowns at that height. And I also like for them to make a shelf on the crown down here at the bottom, so that the bottom teeth come up and hit that shelf, and then it'll never deepen any further than that. And if you make that out of gold or something where it won't wear the teeth out, if you make it out of porcelain, it'll grind the teeth off after a while, and the bite lowers even lower. So make it out of gold. And that's my last shot. And the lady went ahead and got somebody else to finish this, but I wasn't there to take pictures of it. She came back, but it's an expensive process fixing up the teeth like this. So we'll leave you with this, but you can see what we were planning to do, and I hope you get some idea about adding this acrylic and learning about the height of the face, the difference from the nose to the chin, and you you make it where the teeth are not clamping together. Now something like this you can grind off and add to it, or you can add to it, make it longer. So I'm going to say good night and leave you with it, and I hope you'll join our group, and I hope you'll subscribe to our channel. And so thank you for watching it, and I'll say good night now.